is the #1 high school award show in all the land, and maybe the only one, but this is the good one here in Toledo, Ohio. It is the Kickies. Yes, right? The sidekicks are in studio, and you know them, we know them, we've seen them all year, our final sidekicks of the season, and we cap it off with the Kickies. Let's meet them once again from St. Ursula. He is the head coach of their soccer team. You know him as Chris Black. Also, assistant coach for Northview Boys, Francis Stevens. And joining us from pacesetter, the one and only, the lovely, the talented, Danny Fisher. And I just want to point out real quick, I did wear the tux. I'd like to thank Francis for wearing the tux shirt. If we can take one more look at that. Can we see it? Yeah. And then Chris, yeah.
Sorry. You know what? I got it. It was cold outside, and I had to cover my tux. So that's my bad. Sorry to everyone at home.
This is cute. You look like twins. I can hardly tell you apart.
So close. That happens all the time.
Danny, thank you for not doing that. I appreciate it.
I didn't get the memo.
All right, so here's how it works out. We have categories for awards tonight for girls and boys soccer. The sidekicks are our panel of experts, and they had nominees and winners. Now, none of them talked to each other beforehand, so this will be a complete surprise for all involved except for me. Let's get to it. Right now, we start with the Girls Coach of the Year, and the winner is Chris Black has Lori Williams from Anthony Wayne, and Francis Stevens, Jorge Diaz of Perrysburg. Chris Black, we start with you. Lori Williams, didn't you vote for Lori last year?
I actually thought it was the Lori Williams Coach of the Year award, so I did get a little bit confused. But credit to her staff, Greg Stawicki, and Eric Smith. We know it's not really Smith at this last name there. But no one thought they'd be as good as they were this year. Phenomenal job by them with their players this year. They lost a lot of talent, but they're one of the best programs in Northwest Ohio. Great job by her coaching staff.
All right, so congratulations to Lori Williams. That is Chris Black's winner. Now, Francis Stevens, you stay in the Northern Lakes League, and boy, what a tough choice. The only guy who takes his team to a state championship, Jorge Diaz.
Well, it's really easy when you've done it twice. I mean, I would say once as a head coach, as he helped out back in 2012, but it was really easy. I mean, I kind of wrote that Perrysburg team off at a time. I didn't really think they were going to be what they were, but they had to win some really, really close, tight games to get to the state final last Friday, and rightfully so, he deserves that.
All right, so congratulations once again to Lori Williams and Jorge Diaz, our Girls Coaches of the Year. Now, we are not done. We move on to our next category. It is the Girls Keeper of the Year. I go back in, oh no, it's not the same envelope. Girls Keeper of the Year. Your winner for Chris Black, Abby Snyder of Notre Dame. Francis Stevens, ironically, Abby Snyder of Notre Dame. They didn't know this. We're doing this on the fly. Let's get a shot of both of them. The twins, they know how good they look together, and they're on the same wavelength. Gentlemen, Chris, start with you. Abby Snyder, you both picked them.
Well, number one, no goals against in league play. 0 in the run of play. So all the goals against her in the track were on penalty kicks. That's phenomenal. Obviously, a lot of credit to the back line, the rest of the team, of course. But a lot of great goalkeepers, especially the senior class. Jenna Kill from Northview, Kaylin Warnicki from St. Ursula, Slovak from the sophomore class, Clay. So many great keepers. Yoder obviously had the great stretch run as well for Perrysburg. But it's going to Abby Snyder this year.
And then, not too hard to figure out who Francis Stevens got. We saw it's Abby Snyder. Did Chris Black just say everything you were going to say, Francis?
Basically.
Really?
You're absolutely right. I mean, she's been really, really great, you know, and I think that's going to be a tough thing for Chip Smith to replace next year. I think that Wisniewski's going to step into a spot that's going to be some really big shoes to fill.
I thought you said that Chris said everything you were going to say.
But yeah, I mean,
it's a family trait. We just keep talking and talking and talking.
All right, we are down to our final category for the girls. The drama, the anticipation is building up. It is time for our Girls Player of the Year. I reach in, again, not the same envelope, and it is Chris Black. Peyton Sullivan, some will call him a homer for picking one of his own players, but Peyton Sullivan, one of the greatest in Northwest Ohio. Francis Stevens has selected Christina DeMarco of Perrysburg, and we start with Chris Black. We can understand Chris, but you'll have to explain it anyways. Go ahead.
Number one on Peyton's cause, she's never gone in her career, 75 goals, 28 assists. She's never gone consecutive games without a point. And as far as I can locate, I'm almost positive never gone 2 games without scoring a goal at First St. Ursula, which We know it's not the coaching, so obviously it's a lot of talent on her part and her teammates.
Now, for someone that doesn't play for his team, let's go to Francis with Christina DeMarco.
I mean, I think Christina is just fantastic, just so athletic. You know, she's a bull going downhill. I mean, she's so strong on the ball. And, I mean, she's been a catalyst for this team for the last, I would say, 4 years. I mean, it's kind of, if you're an opposing coach, you guys don't worry about Addie Graham graduating. You're probably glad that Christina's gone because she really set Addie up for a lot of the goals that she did have.
Congratulations once again to all of our winners. And Christina DeMarco, that leads us right over to Danny, who's been very quiet, but with good reason. He's been thinking about what the two guys next to him are wearing. But Danny, Christina DeMarco, a pacesetter product. Just your thoughts on their selections.
I mean, Christina's fantastic. She's been great for us since she's been with us. She's had a great year at Perrysburg this year. And the thing with Christina is, like Francis said, she can be quiet for 50-60% of a game, but then she'll just do something and it will completely change the game. I'd love to see how many assists she's got this year for Addie Graham. I think she's done really well this year. 21. So, which is fantastic, you know. And Addie Graham for Perrysburg's been fantastic as well. You know, I know they've been talking about the goalkeepers as well, and you know, Jenna Kill over at Northview's done well. Kennedy over at Oregon's at Clay's done well as well. So some really good goalkeepers in there as well, and players of the year. And it's been great to see this year. I think the competition this year is probably, I've been in the air for 9 years, probably been the best high school season I think on the girls' side I've seen for 9 years.
And now they're coming all back to pacesetter after high school. I know you're excited about that. All right, hey, we are not done here on the Kickies. We're going to take a timeout, but when we return, we've had the girls. Next up, the boys winners right here on the Kickies.